This is a unique one for me. The gun was announced only a few months ago. I knew immediately that I needed to review this one. It helped that I was looking for a 22. However, I figured this one was out of my price range due to who manufactured it. This particular gun was announced on September 3rd this year, 2021, and began shipping on October 1st. I wrote it off as too expensive, and between the fanboys and scalpers, Mr. Bear Arms would not see one in person for quite a while. Fast forward a few months, and bam, I actually see it in stock for the rifle version. And then I saw the price and immediately fell in love with it. I'm talking about none other than the HK MP5 22 rifle. I found it for about $480 plus all the shipping, tax, and transfer fees. So, first impressions, it looks cool. The look that they were going for was a suppressed SBR version of the MP5. They added the shroud to the 16.1 inch barrel to give it that look. The first thing I noticed was that it was heavy, 7 pounds with an empty mag, and the weight was all forward of the grip. Just handling it is odd. For reference, the MP5 22 in the pistol configuration, just under 6 pounds. An important side note here, I have not actually handled the MP5 or SP5 before, so I have no idea what I was getting into. For this particular test, I had 3 different brands of 22. The Federal 40 grain LRN target grade with stated muzzle velocity of 1200 feet per second. The CCI standard velocity, which was running at about 1070 feet per second. And the Aguila 22 Super Extra 40 grain copper plated bullets with stated velocity of 1255 feet per second. I had 55 rounds of the CCI and Aguila and about 300 of the Federal. Loaded up the Federal and I started having failure feeds at a rate of about 1 per mag. Once I fed the round that didn't feed, the rest of the mag just ran fine. One thing I didn't do was adjust the gas block to see if that would help the Federal ammo. I kind of figured since it was running at 200 feet per second faster than the CCI that I really wouldn't have a problem. The trigger is a plastic trigger and very large. The travel, reset, and take-up are all very long. Again, I've not held the 9mm version of the MP5, so I have no idea if this is typical of an MP5. Other than the long pull, I can't say anything bad about the trigger. It wasn't gritty to start with, and when I pulled the trigger, it went bang all the time. The weight didn't seem to be a factor while shooting, and it was very accurate. I'm not a huge fan of the sights, but I was able to get a consistent grouping out of the rifle. Once I got everything dialed in, I was able to put rounds through the same hole at 10 yards. I did pull off the shroud and it weighed in at 1 pound, 2.4 ounces. At 5 pounds, the 22 rifle is more or less what I expected, but it looks very naked without its shroud. Breaking down the rifle is very easy. Pop the rear takedown pin, pull off the stock, and then pull up and you have access to everything. The lower is a polymer and one piece with the handle. Looking in the lower reminded me of today's cars with all the plastic engine covers, as opposed to an AR where everything is just laid out for you to work on. Pop the front pin out and the upper and lower will separate. Collapsed, the length is 26.4 inches, and that was actually too long for my 24-inch bag that I had. And it really did look like it was lost in my 42-inch bag. Even extended at over 32.5 inches, it still was swimming in the big one. Overall, I'm really kind of underwhelmed with this rifle. Maybe I was expecting more due to the HK name. The MP5 is such a classic firearm that maybe I just had high hopes. I mean, it will be a fun gun to bring to the range for others to gawk at, but that's about it.